Now that we're finished with chemistry, what we're going to start on at this point is a brand new unit of study. We're going to be on geology from now and for a while, at least for the next several months anyways, with different geology topics. So the first one that we're going to get into is, you can see titled here at this little PowerPoint, Introduction to Minerals. And again, hopefully you've already printed out the note sheet that kind of goes along with this section. So you can kind of follow along with it and complete the different blanks that go with this particular PowerPoint. So minerals are a little bit different than rocks. Now I have a couple different examples here that I can show you. Some minerals are quite colorful, and you can see there's a fairly brightly colored mineral here. Some minerals have these multiple different crystals that go along with it, and that's something that kind of distinguishes the minerals from the rocks, which is what we're going to get into after the minerals. All right, so following to the next slide. What exactly is a mineral then? Well, you can see here by definition, minerals are naturally occurring inorganic solids with definite structure and composition. So realize, I just showed you two different examples. Realize there's close to 3,800, almost 4,000 different known minerals in the world. I'm just going to show you a few different examples that I have on me here in school. But realize, though, of those 4,000 different minerals, there are five characteristics that all minerals have in common. So the first thing is that all minerals form from natural processes, meaning there's no such thing as a man-made mineral. Now, we can certainly synthesize what kind of looks like a mineral, but it's not the same thing as being a mineral. The example I always give kids in school is, someday girls are going to get or want to get married or engaged, and they hope that they get from their fiance a nice big diamond ring, nice engagement ring, maybe something that costs $8,000–$10,000. Of course, most people can't afford that, so some guys, they're going to get the synthetic version of diamonds called cubic zirconium. From the outside, it looks exactly the same. The girl's going to look at it and say, "Oh, he bought me this expensive diamond ring." But if she goes and gets it appraised, finds out it's only worth a few $100s, she's probably going to be pretty upset. So, realize that true minerals, like diamonds, form from natural processes. Minerals are also inorganic, meaning they were never alive. So the example I always tell the kids is coal. What exactly is coal? Well, coal is a natural resource that comes from ancient plants and animals. Since it came from ancient plants and animals that were alive, it actually doesn't fit the definition because it's not inorganic. So coal is not a mineral. All minerals are solids. There's no such thing as a liquid or gas mineral. Fourth one's kind of hard to understand. It says every mineral is an element or a compound that has a chemical composition unique to that mineral. Now we're going to do mineral groups and classification another time. That kind of goes along with this number 4. The last one, atoms in a mineral are arranged in a repeating pattern. What is this repeating pattern? Well, that's actually the next slide that goes with structure of minerals. This repeating pattern is called a crystal. Crystal are solids in which atoms are arranged in a repeating pattern. So, here's a picture of a couple of different types of crystals. So this particular mineral that I showed you is made up of one of those different types of crystal systems. This other mineral has crystals that are so small you can't really make them out. I'd have to smash them up with a hammer and look at them under a magnifying glass. This particular one also has some kind of large crystals that I can kind of make out. So minerals are composed then of crystals. How exactly do minerals form? Minerals form two ways. First way is all the different things you see here. It forms from magma. Minerals form as basically magma cools. Now that can be deep within the earth, or it can be from an erupting volcano. The type of mineral then depends upon the elements that are present. So if you have a magma pocket that is high in magnesium and iron, that's going to give you a certain type mineral. If you have a magma pocket that has a lot of silicon in it and oxygen, then that's going to give you maybe this type of mineral, the quartz type crystal minerals. You can even get different minerals from the same magma body depending upon the amounts of elements that actually form the different minerals. The second way that minerals form is minerals form from crystals basically dissolved in liquids. Like, you see this picture here, a cave. Water, as it kind of seeps through a cave, dissolves away different materials, and the drip leaves behind certain formations called stalactites and stalagmites. Those are mineral deposits. So minerals form from cooling magma, and minerals cool from liquids, or minerals dissolved in liquids. Okay, so again, if you missed any of the different points of this, you can always go back and replay the notes. Again, you have to turn in a copy of this set of notes to me for grade, and you can also complete the other assignments that go along with this section.